Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Jackie.
Oh, you and I are in very different time zones today. You are your usual West Coast in the United States, and I'm
Mhm.
somewhere in the middle of the European continent. 2 a.m. Jackie Wong doing this live stream
What
and
else is new?
talking about lots of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just preparing for the season ahead.
Yeah, the Grand Prix.
Well, welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast. This is actually episode 2. And for those of you who joined us for the inaugural season premiere, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
last week, excited that you're back. For those of you who are new to our podcast, well, Michelle Ellis and I are just going to talk about a lot of stuff. We are right now in the lead up to the Olympic season in a lot of ways. We had one Challenger Series competition that just happened last week when we were watching Cranberry Cup. And if you want to go back to last week's episode and hear all our thoughts on Cranberry Cup, go ahead and do that. And then next week, or I guess this coming week, we're heading into the Junior Grand Prix. So there's a lot of stuff that's sort of bubbling under, and the skating fans and the skating community is starting to wake up and get ready for this. What's looking like it's going to be a pretty exciting season, if not at least very interesting season.
Mhm.
So we'll talk a little bit today about the Japanese Summer Cup that we were actually going to talk about last week, but we didn't get a chance to. And then we'll talk a little more about the Olympic season strategy, and we'll give you some hot takes on our music selections that we've heard and seen and read about this coming season. Michelle, anything that you're excited about right now?
I'm excited about a lot of things. I'm really concerned about one thing, though. Japan does not have enough Olympic spots for all of the incredible women that were just at this event, not even counting like the other ones that weren't there.
I know,
I don't know
exactly.
how you
They're like
decide. It's
Kari and
unbelievable.
Walkabout weren't even there.
Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah, it was an incredible collection of skating just at an early summer competition.
I love that segue. Thank you
Mhm.
for getting us to our summer competition.
Mhm.
What I would say, including anything that you watched that was not the summer competition, that was some of the like program debuts that may have happened during the off season at exhibitions. What is the one program you're most excited about?
Yuma Kageyama, free
I
skate
mean,
to Turando.
I'm
Oh my
leading the
god.
witness here because
I can't stop
everybody,
watching it. It's so good.
right?
The
Yeah,
music cuts that Lori Nickel found from Turando, they sound like they're like Olympic feeling. Like that first piece, it sounds like the music that's going to play when the athletes are walking into the building in the opening ceremony. It's just so
it's so good.
exciting. And then the way he builds on it with his skating, the musical accents, it is just, it's magical. It's so good.
There's something about how he already embodies the
Hmm.
program, the music there that
Hmm.
it sent chills up and
Hmm.
down for
Hmm.
me. It's like you're watching not even a really great broadcast of it, right? Like
Yeah,
the
it's like
camera
a
work is
home
fine, but
video.
it's always like sort of like up in the air, and
Yeah.
you're not really seeing exactly what everything is, and you just see him project, and it is
Yeah.
amazing how good it is. The
Yeah.
music, as I understand it is at least part of it was arranged particularly for Yuma. And so there's so much of that that is like, first of all, thank you to musicians who
Hmm.
are excited about
Hmm.
having figure skaters skate to their music.
Yeah.
But two, like, you know, obviously it's a classical piece, and there's a lot of, copyright, non-copyright
Hmm.
things that happens with that. But the originality of it, right? Like
Hmm.
the one of the first things that I thought of was like, oh wow, we're not starting with like Vanessa Mae's version
Yeah.
of Nessun Dorma, or we're
Yeah.
not starting with like the very usual pieces that we hear. And then for
Hmm.
4 minutes, we don't
Hmm.
get any of that. We
Yeah.
just, it is a different version, it is a different take, and I would imagine that there will be a lot of skaters in the future who will want to skate to that
Hmm.
because Yuma is going to blow this out of the.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was getting like chills watching it for like the seventh time, watching him do his footwork at the end. It was just so powerful. It's
So
such a good
great.
vehicle for him. Lori Nickel is
Yeah.
just she's had an amazing career. She's done a lot of amazing choreography, but I feel like the work she's doing this season just so far is better than we've ever seen. It's extraordinary.
Well, you and I have talked about this, especially as when we watch, hours and hours of practice and the rank.
Mhm.
Like you and I have talked about how
Mhm.
Lori Nicole has certain skaters who are
Mhm.
really her muses. Like, if pick a skater and you put
Mhm.
Lori Nicole with them, and you're going to get a pretty good program, right?
Mhm.
Pick a skater like Yuma
Mhm.
or Michelle or Carolina
Carolina.
or
Yeah.
Shannon Zhao, right? Like
Yeah.
it becomes something different. It becomes
Yeah.
something magical, and there's this sort of synergy in the way that Laurie Nicole works with those skaters that she just really jives with. And Yuma, like
Mhm.
this program is
Mhm.
is amazing.
Another muse I think she has at the moment is Rino Matsuke, whose
Hmm.
programs were both really special. She converted her free skate from last year to a short program.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, her short program woes seems to have followed her. I don't know what it is because she can go out and do a really good free skate, but the short, it's like a mental thing. But the free skate is the Nutcracker Suite, and oh my gosh, it's so nice. Just the edge work in it. It's like I don't even need to see her jump. I just want to watch her skate. The program, and the way she moves her arms, and the timing, and the way she does her like signature like forward outside edge in the musical crescendo like a complete circle in the middle of her steps is
I
beautiful.
I just love that that's become her
Mhm.
trademark, right?
Mhm.
Like it is for all intents and purposes
Mhm.
not a hard edge, right?
Mhm.
You're holding a forward outside edge on your dominant foot, and then you're
Mhm.
doing a forward um, outside loop out of
Mhm.
it. And it's something that a lot of skaters will do as warm-up exercises or
Mhm.
whatever it is. But she, the way that she does it, the
Mhm.
way that it works with the music, the way that the depth of the edge and
Mhm.
the surety of the edge, right? Like
Mhm.
I think so much about some of the most simple or kind of rudimentary moves that there are certain skaters that make it look
Mhm.
so good.
Mhm.
Like I always, like one of the very elementary things that they teach you when you first start skating is a bunny hop, right? Which is
Mhm.
literally you
Mhm.
kick your leg up and you hop and then you put your toe back down and then you
Mhm.
you keep moving forward. There are some skaters who have made a bunny hop just a signature move for
Yeah.
them, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like that kind of thing is something that just
Mhm.
amazes me how
Mhm.
skaters can do that. And like you said, Reno and
Yeah.
that forward outside is pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's something to do with like the timing and the delivery of it that is just
Yeah,
so satisfying.
yeah.
Yeah.
The lilt in her knees, like all of
Mhm.
those things
Mhm.
that work
Mhm.
so well. I want to talk about, and this is not the summer competition, but the the 1-2 punch of Kari Sakamoto skating to Time to Say Goodbye
Oh my god.
and Wakaba Higuchi skating to My Way. Like I
They're playing with
don't
our
know.
hearts.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get through that.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see both of them at the Olympics
Mhm.
do those programs. But it's some of these music selections, and
Mhm.
we'll get into that
Mhm.
soon. Some of these music selections are really on the mark
Mhm.
this season. I feel like more than most. And I remember what kind of reading that those music selection pieces for the two of them, and I was like, I don't know, kind of cheesy. And then I watched those
Mhm.
programs. I was like,
Mhm. Mhm.
I will be crying at some point.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
You're
I know, I was
speechless.
just like yeah. I'm excited to see
So speechless.
Wakaba's Wonder Woman free skate. I don't know if she skated
Same.
it at a gala yet. I wasn't able to find it now.
I don't think so. I mean, I like, truth be told, I am usually one of those people who don't like the programs to be spoiled from early
Mhm.
competitions, but I couldn't take it this
Give it
year.
to us. Yeah, and if it's from
I'm
Dreams on
just
Ice,
like,
the
just
camera
do it.
work's gonna be good anyway, so I'll take it.
Exactly. Exactly.
What do
Anything
you
else from the summer competition?
Monet Chiba, Romeo and Juliet. I
What are your
liked it.
thoughts on those programs?
Okay, so the free skate I thought was pretty. I think it showed some range, like she does different characters through it. I mean, different
Yeah.
emotions through the program.
Right.
I
Yeah.
hate when they use dialogue from the movie. Sometimes it works, but like I feel like a skater at this level, it's not necessary. The short program, I kind of had, I don't know, interesting feelings about Guillaume Cizeron choreographed it. I feel like it has like a kind of a quiet power. It's not as lively as last year, But it's like if you're not as good as Monet, I feel like there's not a lot in the program. Like she's creating what's there with her expression. It's not choreographed into it.
It doesn't the music doesn't build for me in that one
Yeah.
yet. And it could very well be the recording
Mhm.
itself and not being able to hear the whole thing. I still go back to the Misha G program that she did a
Mhm.
couple of years ago, and I've always thought that that was one of her most
Mhm.
spectacular programs and the way that
Mhm.
she delivered it. And you wonder how much, like if we're really talking about two programs that are
Mhm.
more on the soft to dramatic sense as opposed to one that is a I don't know, more energetic piece, right?
Mhm.
Which is what she's been doing over
Yeah.
the last couple of seasons. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, the program that she did at the Summer Cup, she
Mhm.
had two heavy falls
Mhm.
in the short program, so that kind of disrupted the
Mhm.
rhythm. Excited to see how it
Mhm.
goes when it's skated clean.
Yeah. The other thing that really surprised me at the Summer Cup is like I feel like I keep up with the Japanese women. I read all your tweets. I try and watch them at nationals. How is there a brand new girl that I've never heard of who's amazing? Saki Miyake. Like she's like
Saki
Gabby
Miyake
Daleman
is
with a
amazing.
yeah, the huge triple toe, triple toe. She has so much air and hang time on the first one. She could like do a quad and the
I,
triple axel on her free skate. I'm
yeah,
like, but
she's
she's 22. Where'd she come from? She's
She's been one of
amazing.
she's been one of my favorites, kind of bubbling
Mhm.
under
Mhm.
favorites over the past couple of seasons. She will, I feel like the last few seasons, she has gone out and done just a bang up short
Mhm.
program at Japanese
Mhm.
nationals. Like you said, big
Mhm.
triple toe, like gorgeous skating, all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think the addition of the triple axel is going to be helpful for
Mhm.
her in a lot of ways.
She doesn't even have an ISU page, like an ISU bio.
Is that
Like,
right? I didn't realize that.
I couldn't find it. I mean,
I guess I've only seen her in domestic competition,
yeah, she
but
has a
she's
Fuji
a,
TV bio, but that's it.
I mean, for me, she's a very recognizable name because
Mhm.
I have
Mhm.
loved her skating the last few
Mhm.
seasons. You should go back and watch her Never Enough short
Oh,
program from
that
last
sounds
year. Oh,
good.
so good. It's so
All
good.
right, I'm on that.
So yeah, so there's that.
Mhm.
Let's actually switch gears
Okay.
real quick to Champs Camp,
Yeah.
which is so after Cranberry Cup, a bunch of the US skaters descended into outside of Boston to
Mhm.
do what is the annual Champs Camp. And for those of you who don't know this, it's basically the kind of a test simulation high performance camp kind of thing that
Mhm.
every major federation has something like that, and summer cup sort of like
Mhm.
that now for Japan, which is
Mhm.
something of a new thing. Canada has its own high performance camp. US has the champs camp. France has the masters
Mhm.
competition that happens. So it's so some of these federations will go very public with it.
Mhm.
Some of these federations will be completely behind closed doors,
Mhm.
which is what Champs Camp is. But we did see a lot of pictures, especially from
Mhm.
Jason Brown.
Mhm. Thanks,
Lots of
Jason.
social media,
Thanks for the
lots of
coverage.
exactly, lots of social media from him. There were a couple of snippets from U.S. figure skating. I think there was something with
Mhm.
Amber. I think Amber had tweeted or posted something with her landing a triple axel
Mhm.
on the her short program, all of that kind
Mhm.
of stuff. But it's
Mhm.
sort of you don't really know what's
Yeah, it's a little
going on in
quiet.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but and Michelle, you were telling me about this. There was a
Where
conspicuously missing Grand Prix entry.
yeah, where are the Shibutanis? Where
I
are
don't
they?
know.
Not
I
only
mean,
were they not there, not in the pictures, they're not posting on social media at all. Like, they're very quiet, which is unusual for them.
it is unusual for them.
And to
It
me,
is it's
they miss
yeah.
like an opportunity to make some great content and
Yeah.
to do some politicking for themselves. And honestly, if I'd been out of competition for 7 years, I would very much want Marina Zueva there talking to all the US figure skating officials on my behalf.
I
That's
mean,
just
there's
me.
so much also about Champs Camp that is
Mhm.
about getting feedback
Mhm.
from judging panels, from people who are
Mhm.
going to be judging you
Mhm.
internationally and domestically.
Mhm.
I mean, to be fair, the Shibutanis don't have their first Grand Prix until later in the Grand Prix
Mhm.
season, and so this could very well be just like, hey, they're not quite ready yet with programs
Mhm.
or with whatever it is with their preparation, and they're
Mhm.
really kind of there, or they were hiding behind a bunch of people in the photographs and we didn't see them. Who knows? Yeah, I think that was an interesting one for sure.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
One other bit of interesting, not really news, but sort of rumor that was floating
Mhm.
around in the Twitter sphere was Sway and Han. Like there was a tweet that was tweeted out that was saying that basically they are
Mhm.
finished with their season
Mhm.
because Song Han's not ready, and then it was fairly quickly deleted.
Mhm. Mhm.
Not speculating, I'm just giving you the news
Mhm.
or giving you the rumor
Mhm.
of what
Yeah.
happened. But I think, watch the space because that's also an intriguing one, right? Like we
Yeah.
haven't really seen or heard from them either.
Mhm.
And the Chinese competition that is going to be for the Olympic qualifying is
Mhm.
coming up and the
Yeah.
entries are due soon. And
Mhm.
so that's going to be we'll see
Yeah.
what happens with that.
Yeah. I mean, he's been very injured for a long time, and so has
Yeah.
Wenjing. I mean, I felt like it was sort of a later in the spring decision or announcement for him to come back at all. So I can see how it might be believable that it would just he'd get back into training and be like, I can't do this.
So tough. We'll
Mm.
see. I mean, all of these things are TBDs. But let's go to speaking of Olympics. Let's go to Olympic season strategy. Right, there is so much that happens during the Olympic season.
Mhm.
The thing I want to talk about with you today is really music selections
Mhm.
because the Olympic season itself, the atmosphere of this season,
Mhm.
plays tricks on people's brains.
Mhm.
Just things that you normally wouldn't see in a
Yeah.
regular season you see in the Olympics where people are like, I'm going to all of a sudden go back to a program that I did 4 years ago that I really
Mhm.
liked, or I'm going to switch my program 5 times during the season. Karen Chen,
Mhm.
that was
That
Olympic
was
season, right?
Karen,
When
yeah,
Karen did that,
Olympic season.
yeah,
Mhm.
like there's something, right? There's something in the
Yeah.
air that
Yeah.
makes people doubt themselves, that makes
Mhm.
people feel like if they're not 100% committed to it, they're going to do
Mhm.
something drastic to change
Yeah.
it. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a weird kind of pressure. I feel like you have to be mentally prepared in advance of like being prepared to even make the decision on your music and your programs. And I feel like you can't go into it with some kind of speculation or uncertainty. I think having strong ideas is really good, but I also feel like you really understand why people go back to older programs because they're so comfortable for them. I saw that Mai Mihara is going back to Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence for her short program. Has been an incredibly successful vehicle for her. She's just setting herself up the best way she can. But then again, we see someone like Yuma Kagiyama doing like a brand new free skate that is just extraordinary and clearly designed as a vehicle for not just an Olympics, but like these Olympics in Italy for him. It's just so perfectly tailored for him. And then we also saw Jimmy Ma with a Turando free skate that just didn't work well in competition.
Yeah,
So
right. But the Firebird though,
yeah,
I still really like the
yeah, I
Firebird.
think Fiverr is
Um,
good. Yeah.
uh, I think yeah, I agree with you on that. The way that people psych themselves out
Mhm.
is a thing.
Mhm.
I want to talk about recycling programs because
Mhm.
it's been a topic of discussion. It's always a topic of discussion,
Mhm.
and I think there are a couple different ways that skaters will do that. Right?
Mhm.
There are some skaters who will literally just be like, bring me back this program exactly how it is, and I want
Mhm.
to skate it like that. There are some skaters who are like, I'm going to do like a version 2 version of this program. And
Yeah.
like sometimes they actually mess it up,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like it's like you messed with the magic that was originally
Yeah.
why it was so good.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who will be like, I'm going to do a sequel to this program, right?
Yeah.
Like the Shibs did the whole thing with the Coldplay
Yeah. I
program
was not a
in
big fan
28.
of that for them, especially because I think the program they did the year after, Spiegel and Spiegel, was so good. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see Smart and Deke's Dune Part 2 and see how I feel about it.
Yeah.
That program just had its really own organic magic, and sort of trying to follow up is hard enough on its own without kind of trying to do a new version of it. So,
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's interesting, right? Because of
mhm,
there are multiple Dune movies,
mhm,
and you can tell stories different ways. Like I always go back to like Michelle Kwan actually
mhm,
going back to her Rachmaninoff
mhm,
short program,
mhm,
and like people know how much I love Michelle Kwan.
Yeah.
I don't think that second version of Rachmaninoff was anywhere near as successful
Yeah.
as the first one, even though it was
Mhm.
still a very good program.
Mhm.
But there were some tweaks to
Mhm.
the choreography. There were some things that she took out and put in and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And I think it's like Ashley going back to Moulin Rouge
Yeah.
for the
It just wasn't
25th
the same.
time,
It was still really good,
and
but it wasn't the
yeah,
same.
it wasn't the same. It just like there was magic that was
Mhm.
gone because
Mhm.
it had already been
Mhm.
spent. Whereas,
Mhm.
I think about Nathan going back to Rocket Man never got the total kind
Mhm.
of play
Yeah.
that COVID season, and
Mhm.
so there was something
There was something
left
left, yeah.
there. So there's a little bit of that I think in
Mhm.
play, and I think for like you said, Mai Mihara,
Mhm.
it really is a comfort thing. It's really like I want to do something that I love.
Mhm. Mhm.
I want to get there,
Yeah.
and I love that. I think you can see when skaters go back to an old program
Mhm.
because they're maybe a little bit scared of something new,
Mhm. Well,
and it shows.
yeah. So people are speculating that Amber Glenn is keeping her free skate because the music was playing in the background of one
Yep,
of Gabby
yep.
Daleman's videos. She's training at the same rink. And a lot of people were unhappy with that. But I feel like it's very smart for Amber to do that because the free skate has been her nemesis for so long. She has all that trouble with like pacing and when she puts the axle in, getting through it. And she finally found a vehicle where she can go out and skate it clean. I think last season she did that program once completely clean with the triple axle, and she was
World Team
pretty close
Trophy.
to it a lot of times. And so I can understand like you don't want to tempt fate. Just keep this. It's still, and she didn't skate it to its potential at World. So it's like she still
Agreed.
has a little,
Yeah,
you know, play in there.
yeah, yeah. There's a to be continued on that one that could be mined. Speaking of Amber Glenn,
Mhm. Sorry,
for
my
once
dog is joining the podcast.
For once, it's not my dog. Speaking of Amber Glenn, Like a Prayer short program.
Yeah.
I, Look, I am Madonna through and
Uh-huh.
through, and I just generally love that there are so many Madonna programs this
Yeah.
season. Like
Yeah.
the Like a
Yeah.
Prayers, the Vogues, the Frozens, like they're
Mhm.
just all over the place. And
Mhm.
thank goodness they're
Yeah.
not some like cover version of it.
Mhm.
We saw a spotlight exhibitionish version of
Yeah.
that short program at the Summer Sizzler, which is the Summer Sizzler
Yeah.
was basically where they sort of like
Mhm.
showcase some of the programs.
Mhm.
Um, and I think there's a lot of potential in that program.
Yeah. I felt like she was not that comfortable skating it under the spotlight or something. I know they started the wrong music for her or something, but it felt like there was hesitation on her part going into her elements that wasn't
Yeah,
coming from the elements.
right. Yeah,
There's
something weird.
Yeah, I'm interested in that because I love that song. I think it looks like a really good vehicle, but I'm intrigued that she chose that because Amber spends a lot of time on TikTok, and that song was used on a TikTok trend all of last year about like disastrous events in people's lives. And it had this picture of like Meep the Muppet looking like totally disheveled. And that song would play and it would like you go through the slides. And the piece that they use in the TikToks is in her program. So I'm very excited to ask her about this when I finally see her this season. It was a very interesting choice.
I am not on TikTok often,
I'm there
so
daily,
I
every
don't
day
actually know.
from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
Well,
And then
we'll
my
have to. That's
allotment is done.
Yeah, well, there you go. There's another intriguing aspect to the season.
Mhm.
Michelle, I'm just gonna throw it to you
Mhm.
for ice dance music thoughts because I know you have a lot of thoughts. What are your thoughts?
I've been interested in like the choices of like so like Fear and Gibson said they were doing Spice Girls. That's super exciting.
Mm,
They're super dynamic performers. That's going to be awesome. There's a lot of Backstreet Boys. I love the Backstreet Boys, but at a certain point, it's a lot of treble, for skating. I was very excited to see Carrera and Ponomarenko do their rhythm dance in the Summer Sizzler Gala, and they were skating to La Bouche and Crystal Waters. Yes.
uh-huh,
Early
uh-huh.
90s. This is the
Yeah.
music I took like stroking class too. I'm here for it. This is great. Um, yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in people's choices. I feel like Lopareva Brissot have done the best announcement so far, even though we haven't seen the programs. It's like Bjork, Free Dance, and then Eiffel 65 and Daft Punk Rhythm Dance. Yeah.
I mean, that's like 90s plus 90s. I
Yeah.
love that.
La Joie Laga debuted their rhythm dance in Italy at a gala they were doing, and it's like AC/DC, and it's like sports pump up themed, which I think is a really interesting idea in the first place, but like they're so special. I'm just very confused by that choice. But we'll see how it plays in competition. Yeah. They were a team I wanted to see like do Enigma or something from the Pure Moods soundtrack. I don't
The
know.
Pure Mood soundtrack.
Yeah.
I like it would have been hilarious if somebody like just went and did some like Enya.
Yeah. I mean, why not? And it would stand out. It would be different. You can dance to it. I was
Get the
thinking the
tempo
X-Files
right.
theme would be an interesting one. That's on Pure Moods.
There's
It is.
Michelle Ellis, the expert on the Pure Moods album. I do think as much hemming and hawing as people did with the 90s theme, I think it's almost like 2018 when we had that Latin theme or sort of like whatever that was. Latin and hip hop or something,
Yeah.
right? Or maybe it was just hip hop. No, maybe it was Latin and hip hop. I don't remember. But I what I do remember was that there was a lot of music that was very familiar to people. And as the season went on, it felt like people were really kind of like drawn to the rhythm dances because of not just because of that they were familiar pieces of music, but that the skaters were doing a pretty good job with them. So, we'll see where that goes with this season's all the Backstreet Boys. There's a lot of new kids on the block too.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
just a lot of
so.
treble. It's just all really high up there. In a lot of ways, though, weirdly, I feel like this quad and the last quad, we had more like iconic rhythm dances than iconic free dances.
I agreed. Yeah. There's something about both short programs and rhythm dances where like the chances of striking gold with a really iconic some kind of performance, I do actually feel like it's higher because there's just so many things going on with a free skate or a free dance that if one thing goes wrong or somehow you like slip on something or like if it's not absolutely perfect, it like sort of takes away from that iconic masterpiece sort of thing, and you have fewer of those chances in 2.5 minutes versus 4 minutes. So let's see what comes of the season. I'm sure we're going to get some exciting things.
Yeah. I hope people
All
aren't
right.
afraid to be weird because I felt in the 80s rhythm dances, we didn't get any weird. We didn't get any like 80s goth or really strange, I don't know, variations on the music of that decade. But there's a lot of weird music from the 90s, and I want to see people going outside their comfort zones.
It's like mostly because the skaters weren't born in the 80s. And
I know. They weren't born in the 90s
at least
either.
some of these are, yeah. I mean, some of them were
Yeah.
at least. They're not quite oldies yet, these songs. Actually, maybe they are. All right. Well, I'm probably going to head to bed.
Okay.
But
Good idea.
Michelle, thank you again for indulging me in skate nerdism.
Yeah, thanks for chatting. Have a good time in Amsterdam.
Yeah, fun times. All right. Well, this was episode 2 of the Rocker Skating Podcast. Michelle Ellis and I are co-hosts. And you can always find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. We are getting more stuff out there. We're getting onto more platforms. We're going to do this. We're going to continue to evolve this. You can actually also find us on YouTube now, too. So lots of different places. Tell us what you would like to see this season, what you would like to see us cover, who you would want to hear from, all of that kind of stuff. Because as this season goes on, this podcast is going to continue to evolve. Like I said last week, like a Hubble Donahue free dance from the late 2010s. It will be a continuously evolving free dance. And I will be remiss if I did not thank our producer and sometimes hopefully co-host, Tara Nichols, for helping us sound great, because I probably don't without my mic, so we'll see where that goes. But until next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single week, we will have live episodes of the Rocker Skating Podcast.
No matter where in the world Jackie is.
No matter where in the world I am. See you next week.